Hello students. In the series of congestive cardiac failure or congestive heart failure treatment, here we discussed our next class, that is direct vasodilators. So these are the agents which are going to directly cause vasodilation by acting on your blood vessels. So the example of such agents is organic nitrates. So what organic nitrates does, it leads to formation of reactive free nitric oxide, which is a very potent vasodilator. So this nitric oxide, which is a free gaseous vasodilatory agent, activates guanylyl cyclase. This guanylyl cyclase causes conversion of GTP into cyclic GMP, guanosine triphosphate into cyclic guanosine monophosphate. Also, it modulates the action of cyclic nucleotide phosphodiesterases. Phosphodiesterases are the enzymes which are involved in muscle contraction. Okay, so when I have to dilate a blood vessel, I am going to inhibit smooth muscle contraction which are present in the vasculature of my or walls of my vasculature, that is blood vessels. So what is going to happen because of these two reasons? Net result will be decrease in the phosphorylation of the myosin light chain and decrease calcium inside the cell. And because of this, there will be relaxation of the vascular smooth muscle. And when the vascular smooth muscles are relaxed, they are going to give you dilatory effect. So increase in the blood vessel diameter causes decrease in the blood pressure. Diameter of the blood vessel is inversely proportional to the peripheral vascular resistance and inversely proportional to blood pressure. So it causes relaxation of the vascular smooth muscle. So goal of the therapy becomes, or outcome of the therapy becomes, vasodilation, which causes decrease in the systemic vascular resistance and peripheral vascular resistance, which leads to increase in the stroke volume. I hope by now you are able to correlate all this. And then also it leads to reduced pressure in the cardiopulmonary system, because overall vasodilatory effect is there. So all vasculature is going to get relaxed and going to get dilated. So this is going to, reduce pressure in entire region of the body. And specifically our target region is cardiopulmonary system. Okay. Which are the drugs? Nitroglycerin, isosorbide dinitrite, hydralazine, nitroprusides. Adverse effect, hypotension. Of course, it is an adverse effect with almost all the drugs. Here, anywhere, hypotension. What is hypotension? Decrease in the blood pressure. Okay. So your body has a compensatory mechanism or negative feedback mechanism to deal with hypotension. What it does to deal with hypotension, it increases the frequency of heart contraction. So tachycardia accompanies. When heart is undergoing tachycardia, there is increased oxygen demand by heart itself. And when the oxygen demand of the heart itself increases, what happens? It can be very dangerous. It can cause ischemic changes in the heart. Okay. So basically, these are the adverse effects for which a patient has to be monitored a lot. What is expected from your side under this particular area? You have to classify the drugs. You have to comment on their duration of action and which are the dosage forms available, specifically with nitrates. So this is required from my from your side, from your side. Okay. And one more thing, I can tell any one of you to explain when we will have a Zoom meeting, which will be a summarization meeting, summary of entire chapter. We'll try to summarize, we'll try to discuss the doubts. That time I can tell any one of you to present phosphodiesterase 3 inhibitors. It is very, very simple. Slide is also shared with you. You just have to explain what is there. Okay. So that is again a homework for all of you. And of course, I'll be sharing questions post our discussion to you for solving. Okay. So here we conclude the congestive heart failure chapter. I know there are many terms, and as the disease itself is very complex, congestive heart failure is said to be a complex and progressive disease. Complex disease because there are many factors, and progressive because the harm which is doing to the body goes on, aggravating. Of course, we have strategies to keep it less, but then too. So basically, and it deals with a very complex system, our cardiovascular system. So you have to, when you sit for study, you have to really understand the terms very properly. You have to understand how preload, afterload, systemic vascular resistance are related to each other. What has to be done to decrease the damage or to increase the ejection fraction of the heart. So all these things you have to really understand thoroughly and then only start with the treatment. So please watch all the videos in a series. Wherever you feel you have to refer to diuretics chapter, you have to refer to the previous video. Please refer to it. That is how I have made small videos. So you can actually refer to only that particular video and your work will be done. Work of revision will be done. So please do that. Whatever doubts you have, you can always WhatsApp me. And of course, when we will have a summary session, which will be a live Zoom session with all entire class, that time we can always discuss the doubts which you have. The prerequisite will be watch all videos and do your homework. Thank you.